Hi, I'm Fara Sax, and welcome to the Community Voice. Thank you so much for joining me today. From U.S. Navy veteran to engineer to entrepreneur, Aubrey Boyd joins me today. His sparkling brand of wine, Jean Marseille, captures the South Florida vibe and culture with its slogan, "It proves you were in Miami." There's a lot to talk about with that. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for lightening my day with a little bit of beverage.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, how this all started. Thank you so much, first of all, for your service.
Anytime.
Tell me about that. You went from being a Navy veteran to an entrepreneur, to an engineer, to a creator and maker and distributor of beautiful, bubbly, sparkly wine.
Yeah, I mean, from being a Navy vet, and it gave me the discipline and, to get things done. So every day I do something productive. The degrees came in, in the Navy and after the Navy.
Talk about those degrees. I'm going to give you a moment to just boost and boast about yourself.
First of all, I'm alumni at Hampton University, my proud university, we're a real HU. People from Howard know what we're talking about. After that, I got aeronautical engineering degree, then got more degrees when I was in the military, all the way up to emergency disaster management. I had a master's degree in that. And then after I got out of the military, I came down to Miami and started working at Volker's places here as emergency disaster management, now at the city of Miramar, and then I started, the wine company.
So talk about that. What was that moment when you said, I need to create my own sparkling wine brand? Take me through those paces, because you've done so many wonderful things, and you have such a creative background.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, with this wine, we noticed, me and my partner Marcia Key, we came up with this together. We saw it was something missing in the audience of the customers that we could target, and that was the female customers. We wanted to target them with Jean Marseille, something that's beautiful, tastes great, and a different variety, something different for everyone. So we have a Brut Cuvée, a Moscato, and we have the Rosé.
So what we're looking right now is a picture of your partner.
Yes, that's Marcia. Ain't she beautiful?
Yeah, she is.
She also one of our models. Like I said, we have the advertising ready. We go globally July the 14th, which is this Monday coming up.
Wow, congratulations. Yeah, I'm so glad to be part of this perfect launch.
Yeah, so we have our team ready to go. We already have stores lined up, and we'll soon be in Publix by the end of the year.
Did you just wake up and say, I'm going to just go into wine or sparkling wines, or is it something that
it was a gradual thing? I've always been a champagne drinker. Some people drink beer, some people drink other alcohol spirits. I was always a champagne guy. That's all I ever drank. So being that, I have a taste of it. I have friends that also was in the business, so I learned a lot from them. Harlem Champagne, HRM, my friend Dodd had that going, so I learned a lot from him. I said, you know what, I want to do one myself, but American sparkling wine, because the convenience, and we have great wineries out in California. Ours is from Simona itself. So after we did the wine tasting, the grapes, and we got a mixture how we want it, it took at least 3 years to get everything how we want it, and the packaging. And you see our packaging is unique and different.
So talk to me a little bit about each of the flavors. We're not going to sample it here, but if you do drink responsibly.
Yes, please.
But talk to me a little bit about how you came up with these three very diverse flavors, opportunities to really enjoy the sparkling wine as compared to a champagne or to a regular wine.
So regular sparkling wine to me, it's like caters to the senses, You normally pop a bottle that feels good. It's a celebration. It's something happy, enduring love journey. So I'm like, okay, let's do that. Plus the bubbles. It's for the senses. So I'll say, okay, most people drink Brut. Some people doesn't like the Brut taste. It's a little too dry.
What is a Brut? Tell me what a Brut. Does it taste Brut?
No, a Brut is a more drier taste. It's not as sweet. And some people prefer that. I do. But then my wife, who I've been married to 30 years, hi, Deidre.
Hi, Deidre.
She loves a rosé. Rosé is used with her when she make her mimosa. So, okay, cool. So I know how to do a different one. And then my daughters, who are younger, they love Moscato, something sweet. So I said, let's just make one for everyone, every taste.
So what goes into a processing of curing the grape and it just being, it has to age and it has to ferment and it's so how many adorations did you go through until you said, we found what we were looking for in the taste, the flavor, and to encompass all of the senses?
It literally took us almost 3 years to get it how we wanted the taste, because we didn't want nothing to give you a headache afterwards or something, We didn't want any side effects to it, after effects. So when we came up with the cleanest version we could, and it tastes amazing. Everything is crisp. It's not, the Moscato is sweet, but not too sweet. The Rosé has a little kick to it like you want. And the Brut we made a Cuvée instead of a regular Brut. So it's dry, but a little sweet.
What I find fascinating, it really resonates with this beautiful Miami vibe that is created culturally in our environment. So who do you sell to? Where can people buy this beautiful opportunity and to enjoy and enjoy the South Florida world as they sip on their sparkling?
Well, as of Monday, it'll be anywhere wines are sold. Anywhere sold. You can find it at Total Wine. You can find it at Fountain Blue. You can find it at Best Buy liquor stores. Anywhere they sell wine, it's available. If not, you can ask the retailer, and they can definitely come get it for us. We have a sales team that's ready to go. We distribute through Park Street Distributors. That's who works with us.
And I always believe that sparkling wine holds such a special place in celebrations, probably because it's bubbly and it symbolizes for so many people just a joyous time.
And that's one of the reasons why we created a sparkling wine. It's more with memories. If you're gonna pop a bottle or pull a cork, it's a celebration. We want to be a part of that, and we want to make beautiful bottles, almost like a work of art.
And tell me a little bit about the art, because you did tell me originally about it. So this is about your kids doing some beautiful artwork?
Yes, my kids are painters, so they do artwork, and also my partner, Marcia Key, came up with 90% of these designs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you look at it, everyone is unique and different, and it blends with the bottles.
Beautiful. It really does. This has you can't really see it very well, but it's green and it's beautiful. And here we have the rosé kind of feel. And is this the Brut?
Yeah, no, that's the Moscato.
That's my Moscato. That's mine. Thank you very much. It's been Fara Sax. I'll see you next time.
And we color coded them to fit, Moscato. You normally think of something blue, and rosé is the pink, and then the Brut Cuvée is a little more masculine with the green. But we have different designs, so limited edition bottles will be coming out very soon.
Interesting. And you talked about that you were trying to focus on a very specific demographic of women. So talk about that. Why you felt and your partner felt.
Every time I saw a commercial, it was all masculine, and we didn't have the female bias not catered to, like I feel. So that's why we wanted to make beautiful bottles for them. Mm-hmm. Make sure that, I want them to see it when they walk in the shelf, like, yeah, that's the one I want. And then when they enjoy the taste, they'll come back, trust me.
And it's interesting. You're in candles.
Oh yeah,
merchandise,
yes, it
smells just beautiful.
Yeah, we have our own perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we have our own trademark scent, was Jean Tourmoisi. So we have the candles, exotic candles. We have hand lotion, cream, only catered to women. So we have the bags for women, and then we have an art book coming out as well.
Wow! And
I think we're the only one that ever had an art book for a wine company.
Tell me about that art book. What's it going to be like?
The art book, can you imagine going to Louis Vuitton or Gucci flagship store and they have the table books? You open it up and you see the model, what's going to be coming out for the next year. We got that same concept, but with wine. So when you open it up, it's a large 11 by 14 book, high quality. Open it up, you'll be a picture of someone with the bottle, say the Brut Cuvée, as Marcia was. And then you'll see the next page, it's the bottle in the beautiful location somewhere in Florida, South Florida. So we're going to do that for 200 pages. High gloss, beautiful. And then every time we change the design, another art book. So
this is really history in the making for this evolution for your business. It's wonderful.
We just want to cater to and show people the South Miami lifestyle, South Florida lifestyle. We're different from everyone else.
How so? Tell me a little bit more about that.
So when you think of this place, it's really the South, but it's almost a Caribbean feel as well. So I call Miami the capital of the Caribbean.
Right.
because everybody in the Caribbean really has someone there. So it's a unique blend to our art, our weather, the way we talk, the slang, the cars. Everything is different. And I want to express that. The sophistication, everything is in this bottle. And that's what we show in all our advertisement and all our marketing and all our videos.
And you have a partner,
Yes.
Marcy.
Marcy Key.
Marcy Key. So what's that like for you? Because you're surrounded by women. The product that you want to really bring to market
Mhm.
is for the woman. What have you learned? You know, you're a U.S. Navy veteran.
Mhm. Yeah, but I've also been married for 30 years, so trust me. I understand, and listen. I value everyone's opinion, and I see things one way. I'm always the positive guy. I see everything. I need someone to see the negative and tone me back in. And my partner is great for that. And plus, my daughters, my wife, I value their opinion. So everything was a step, and they was a part of it all the way. Help from the design, the taste. Everybody was in there, and 90% were women. I wanted to cater to women because let's face it. Whatever a woman wants, a man's going to buy it anyway, correct?
Well, yeah, I hope my husband's listening right now.
So if you say, hey, I prefer Jean Toumoisi, he's going to go get it. So why not cater to you instead of him?
What does a bottle cost?
The bottle costs, they retail now for $24.99.
Oh, so it's very affordable.
Yes, very affordable. I wanted to keep it in that range, no more.
So this is great for parties. This is great for weddings. This is great for any special occasion or no occasion,
Yes.
just sitting and enjoying
Sometimes a Netflix and chill night.
Yeah, I love that for all reasons.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about the expanded plans that you have for what you're doing, and you're starting in Miami, the launch, and then
Mhm.
you want to move out into other places in the United States and
Yes.
further.
So now we're only focusing on Florida for
Right.
the rest of the year.
Mhm.
After this year, we already have things set up for New York, New Jersey, California, and then we also have overseas established now. So we have Guyana, we have Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, England, London, Jamaica, and the Bahamas. And hopefully after that, before the end of the year, we'll be in Publix as well. So we already have everything established and lined up. We didn't want to put it out until we had all the business. We crossed our T's and dotted our I's. Now we're ready. We created a man where there wasn't none. Now it's time to feed the masses.
Absolutely. And what do you think that has been the hardest in this challenge for you? Because you've done so many wonderful things in your life, contributing to our humanity and our society. But how is this different?
I don't want to say it was hard because with planning, it wasn't hard.
Not this. I'm talking about the other things you've done in your life.
Oh.
There's a lot of discipline.
Yes,
There's
yes.
a lot of education that you were required, and some of the disaster that you've that part of your work.
I mean, yes, through the military, it gave me discipline. It gave me knowing to be productive every day. And that really paid off for me. And it showed me that you can do it yourself. If you do the hard work, it pays off. So I've been doing so many companies, so many years, I got like a blueprint of how to do things. And like people think this came really fast. It really didn't. It looks like it's easy, but it was a lot of hard work me and my partner put into this. And now you're seeing the end result. Like they say, everyone sees the trees and the beautiful branches. No one sees the roots.
And absolutely, we're all overnight successes 10 years later.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
And like everything you see from us, we pretty much did 2 or 3 years ago. You're just not seeing it now. So what you're seeing now, we have new stuff ready to go. So we have new design ready for it, new limited editions. We have more art books. We have more wine bottles. We have everything ready to go.
Where do these ideas come from? Because you're a very creative man. You're also a musician.
Yeah, I mean, I dabble.
Okay.
I dabble. But, I'm a writer and I do other things.
So you're living that world of creation.
Yes.
So you've created a lot of things.
I don't know. I try to create that environment. Even growing up, you always hear music and everybody's having a good time. So I just made my family that the same way. And my wife's family is similar. So we have a place where my wife and my daughters paint. They drink their wine and they create there, where I go in the room and write screenplays and finish writing songs and music. We always have something going, something positive. I love that environment, and I create that environment for everyone. You come to the house and visit, you'll feel the vibe. You'll feel the positive energy.
And the interesting thing is, in this marriage, 30 years, your wife was also
In the
military.
Yes. It's my best friend, Deidre. And she helped me with everything along the way. Anything I've ever done, she's a partner. She's with it. She understands. put it this way, if something happened to me today, she can run that company. She knows everything I know. We're partners. We're best friends.
What else can you say to people in working with their partners, their life partners, in business and in the home front? What advice would you give?
Patience first, and then understand how everyone learns differently. That was a key for me when we first got married. I'm a guy that sees the thing from beginning to end in my head. I don't have to write it down. I knew how this company was going to go beginning. I already had it in my head, figured it out. My wife is different. You got to write it down and show her. Once you write it down and show her, she has it. So once I learned that, we did everything together. We write everything down, what we want to do for the beginning of the year. Maybe it's 30 things. Write it down, we cross out, we go. 30 years later, everything we write down, I'm done before April.
So you really have a list. I really
really do that.
I really love to hear the entrepreneur story of how they get started, what steps they take during that journey to make it an actualization. So you're saying writing down has been something that's really been
that's what we do
visualizing
as a couple,
to actualizing.
Because see, everybody learns differently, understands differently. My wife's a visual person, got to write it down. Me, I can see it all in my head and I can go. And that's how, once I realized we had to compromise that, everything else was easy. I haven't had an argument with that woman maybe 20 years. What we got to argue about? Military, that's what I needed. If not, I wouldn't have learned but a certain area of the country. Now, by meeting other people and experiencing things, it really helped me network and learn. So the Navy, to me, was the most pivotal point that changed everything in my life. Met my wife there. And without that Navy and that discipline, none of this would have been possible. None of it.
And what would you say to entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, or even people that are middle-aged that want to change their lives and start something new? What would you say to them?
Be productive every day. Write down what you're going to do and finish up. Military taught me if you start something, you have to finish it. You have to, or you get punished. So I finish everything I start. If you tell me to do it, you email me, it's going to be there within 24 hours. I have to finish what I start. It drives me crazy. So be productive every day, and you'll be surprised how much you got accomplished in a short period of time. I take no days for granted. And look what I accomplished.
Wonderful. Tell me in parting words a little bit more about the brand, what you want the audience that are our audience today to talk, for them to know about what you do.
Well, with Young Too Much C, you want to know that it represents South Florida, the South Florida lifestyle, and we're going to cater to the female customers, give them everything that's going to be sexy, it's going to be luxurious, it's going to taste well, and it's going to stand out, and it's something that's affordable. We didn't want to make it too expensive. We want to keep it in a certain price range so everyone can enjoy it. And we got a taste for your whatever you like. So like I said, some people don't like fruit, some people like rose, some like Moscato. We have every choice.
And you're supporting a local business, an entrepreneur and his partner, his family, and you're local in Miami.
I think we're the only spoken wine company in Miami, I think. Maybe South Florida, period. I haven't found another one. But yeah, we're going to represent, and we're going to wine festivals, Boca Raton. We have our team doing that. We're going to be in Key West, Tampa, and we'll move on from there because the awards are next.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Much luck to you on your launch on Monday.
Yes, ma'am. July 14th.
July 14th, and the information's on the bottom of the screen that you can get more information or even a phone number to call, which I think is beautiful.
Yes.
Audrey Boyd, thank you so much for joining me, and good luck, and make the world a better place and a happier just by being in your presence. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Bless you and your family.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I want to thank you for joining me. I'm Fara Sax. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great day.